Hello and welcome to day 10 of the Spiritual Connection Challenge. So it's our final day, and so I wanted to share something with you today that will help you to have more faith, feel a stronger connection going forward. So I wrote a book a couple of years ago called My Life with Angels. I don't know if you can see that in the light there. It's on Amazon as a hardback as well as a Kindle. And this little book has got lots of stories in it from my own life and from my own spiritual practice, and also from situations with clients where something amazing has happened or it's demonstrated a spiritual law or a bit of guidance from the angels. So it's packed with information, as well as my story about how angels came into my life, because I wasn't raised as a particularly religious person, didn't really have much to do with angels, to be perfectly honest. So it wasn't until I heard a voice in my car tell me to stop the car one day on a winding mountain road that I then stopped the car and narrowly avoided a huge car accident that was around the next corner, that I started to have all of these esoteric things happen to me. I'd hear a voice calling my name on awakening. I found a feather every single day on my doorstep, even when I stayed in a hotel or if I stayed at a caravan park. I heard, I could see sparks of light out of the corner of my eye, or I'd see an orb of colored light floating in the middle of, in front of a blank wall, or when I was driving my car, I'd see things out the corner of my eye. And all of these different signs, many different signs started happening to me. And it became obvious that there was a presence, a loving presence that was looking after me, was showing up every single day. And it started to offer me very simple bits of guidance. I would either hear the guidance, or I would hear it as my own voice or as an external voice, or I'd have a thought that repeated and wouldn't go away. And they were very simple things, like nudging me to go to the nearest town bookstore to buy a book. And when I got there, the book that I wanted was just almost glowing at me off of the shelf. And I was being guided, being pushed forward. And it was then that I started to learn that those beings that were speaking to me, leaving me feathers, leaving me signs, and had saved me from a car accident, were what we call angels. And when I learned that, I started to invite the angels into my life. I learned that I had to ask them in order to have an intervention, in order to have them help me with something. So if it wasn't life and death, which was the car accident, then they needed my permission in order to help me out. So the first example that I did when I tried this out, and I felt really silly. I was like, I'm talking to something that may not even be there. I said in my mind, angels, if you're real, please help me to carry this big bag up this hill. I was in Sydney. I'd been to a seminar, and I was walking up a hill with a backpack, and it was heavy, towards a bus stop. And within 30 seconds, a Sydney bus hooted at me from behind in rush hour traffic, and the driver waved me to get on the bus. And there's a bigger story to that, which is in there, which made the story even more amazing. And from that moment on, my faith was unquestionable. But not everyone has those experiences to start off with. It's my life purpose to spread love and light, to talk about angels, to help people to awaken to their spiritual truth, and to understand that there are angels and guides with us, loving angels and guides that want to help you with your life. They want to help you to get through the challenges, to understand them from a spiritual perspective, and to let go of what pulls you down and what hurts you. And the angels are also there to help you to learn about how to manifest, how to create, to understand yourself as a spiritual and energetic being, having a physical experience, and how to navigate the very difficult parts of life. So today I thought that I would speak to you about faith, and not faith as in having a faith, as in a religious belief or following a particular doctrine, but having faith that the divine God, creator, is with you and is a source of infinite wisdom and intelligence, and that you have the angels, which are the messengers of the divine, teachers, protectors, and healers that are with you also. They're like your individualized little coaches, guides, protectors that bring you those messages and that guidance and that infinite wisdom and help you to connect to the part of you that is always and forever connected infinitely to the divine. And that then helps you to understand everything that you're going through in your life and helps life to become easier and you to navigate the challenges and the high times, and to really just start to recognize that you don't have to buy into the doubt, the fear, the conflict, the drama, negativity. There's always someone when you're on your path, when you have a success, when you have a dream, there is always often a lot of people out there who would just quickly throw a wet blanket of like, who do you think you are? Or that's not possible, or that's not real, or you're being silly or stupid, you should be more sensible. There's always someone who doesn't have that faith, who is ready to put that on you. And that can have a very detrimental effect on the energy that you hold inside of you as pure love and light, unconditional love. And learning to have a stronger faith and connecting with your angels and trusting and believing in yourself and your angels and believing the dreams that you have inside of you, because you are needed as a light worker, will lift you out above all of that negative, low vibrational energy so that it just washes off you like water off of a duck's back. I'm tired of hearing about empaths, light workers, people who are good, loving people being brought down or held back by bullies and people who can't stand to see someone else be happy, successful, and light. I'm fed up of that. And I think the truth is we can't fight the fear, because whatever we fight weakens us. What we have to do is build our own energy of light, energy of love, and connect with other like minds so that then we feel more affirmed and validated in our thoughts. I just finished teaching the 6-week course, Energy Skills for Empaths, with 14 amazing women. And it was just the most beautiful course. And it was so lovely to be around like minds, not just for everyone on the program, but also for me, right? It's nice to be around people that are in the same belief system, and we have to learn to tune out those that would have you not believe in yourself and not be faithful. So I'm going to read you a little bit from my book. I just opened it randomly and I'd already taken notes on this, and then this pages were open. So it says, the power is within you. Everyone has immense power within to create what they need and want, and to heal their challenges in a peaceful way. Our power lies not in our ability to force things to happen, but in our divine connection and setting clear intentions for what we want. Remembering always to call on the power of love and faith. You may not feel your power in difficult times. That's normal. It's understandable because the vibration is lowered. But if you sit quietly and pray for faith and heavenly help, your angels will help you through and find the best path available for you to heal the situation. So we often imagine that the only way that we can heal is if we get 100% proof, validation, or that there is only one path that we can take on the path that we've chosen. So, for example, me setting out on my path 15, 16 years ago as a healer, I believed there was only one way to go with this. But as I worked and started to walk that path, more ideas, inspiration, and I was guided onto different ways of doing it, like doing it online, which is wonderful. I love it. So, I did my years of doing it the traditional way, and then I've ended up doing it this way. And there's other ideas and other ideas. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're a builder, an artist, a musician, it doesn't matter what you are. Know that your human mind to a point is limited. It can't think of all the many multiple opportunities that are out there for you and the ways that things can happen. All your job is to start walking the path with faith. So getting in touch with that faith and getting in touch with your angels and the divine and invoking a stronger connection with them means that you know, having doubt and anxiety and worry and fear and second guessing everything literally starts to close off the communication channels. So you have to be willing to set aside the doubt without your ego being satisfied, because your ego will never be satisfied. Your ego will always demand the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. You know, someone said to me the other day, one of the beautiful girls I've been working with, she said, I meditated and I saw an angel in the corner of my room. And then I started thinking, oh, maybe it's a trick of my eyes. So look how the ego always comes in second. That's why it's called second guessing. So you've always got to trust your first thought. It's not about, I will believe it when I see it. It's about, you will see it when you believe it. And that is what activates the law of the divine. That's what activates and gives permission and opens all of the doors for you to begin to invite more signs, more guidance, more inspiration, more of the opportunities and the doors swinging open that you have been looking for and you've been wanting for. To help boost your faith, start asking for signs. Do what I did all those years ago on that Sydney hill where I said, angels, if you're real, please show me, help me. And it wasn't how I imagined it would happen. It was the most creative answer. I would never have thought a bus would have stopped for me. And that bus driver ended up taking me all the way to where I was planning to go anyway. So ask for signs, ask for help. The more you ask, you're triggering the conversation. But when you ask for a sign, try not to control the situation. You can't control the angels. You can't control the universe. You know, your ego might think you can, but you can't. So many people will say, give me a sign in the next 5 minutes and let it be, you know, a feather or my answer. And you can't do that, because when you ask that question, you're coming from fear, you're coming from anxiety, you're coming from control, which is the wrong vibration. You ask for a sign, you say, divine spirit, divine angels, thank you so much for helping me. I ask that you give me a sign that helps me to increase my faith, that helps me to understand that what I have put out for is coming to me. Help guide my path and align me with what it is I most need and want. And then let it go. And letting go means get it off your mind and go and do something else. Now, if you're in a state of anxiety, which sometimes we are when we want a sign, right? We want a sign when we're feeling low, when we're feeling doubt, when maybe someone has hurt us or put us down or told us that we're not on the right path. Have your affirmations ready. Have your favorite spiritual authors and the books ready. And instead of asking for it, like, I want the sign now, let it go, because that allows intervention. And then go and read a chapter from something that boosts your feelings of spiritual connection, that boosts your faith, that makes you feel good. You might even want to open your book randomly and you'll find that that's the right page that opens for you. Go for a walk, watch a movie, do something that distracts your energy. Clinging, trying to make something happen, offers resistance. And the energy within you is powerful. And so when you have strong mental and emotional resistance and fear, what happens is you magnetically attract fear and offer resistance to divine love. So then that's the time when you stub your toe or you see a sign that seems to validate the negative. And that's not really a true sign. It's just because your energy is not aligned with what you're asking for. So know that law of attraction works, and you can make it work by yourself, but you don't want to. I think I said that yesterday. The other thing that clears resistance, and is hard to do, is to send goodwill and love and light to those who have harmed you, those who seem to be bringing you down. There's no better way to magnetically increase the size of a cord and attach a negative, traumatic, painful situation than by sending out resentment. Resentment will make you sticky. It's like a piece of Velcro is stuck to you, and that person, it's like they're on your shoulder talking in your ear. But if you start to say, okay, angels, send love and light to that person, I release you and I let you go. I send you only goodwill. That will make you unsticky and will build a strong protective energy around you. Know that when you're on a spiritual path, I wanted to say this, when you've already started walking your spiritual path, your karma happens much more quickly because you've got less excuses. You've already started cleaning up your karma. So you can't afford to be sending out resentment. You know, the negative things will become more negative. You have to deal with them more quickly. So it's not that you shouldn't have the feelings. If someone's been unjust towards you, let those feelings process. Feel them. I heard a podcast the other day, and she was talking about getting a tea towel or a hand towel and using it to whack a piece of furniture so that you get that anger out of your body. And then you do your forgiveness and release, and I send only love, and let it go. If you bypass that, you start to cause, boils. Anything that we don't feel and we repress becomes something we don't want. So you've got to let yourself feel it to heal it, right? So let go of your resentments. So this was today's the final of the 10-day challenge. I appreciate you all having followed through all of these. I'll leave them up for a while on my website so you can watch them. But let's finish with a lovely connection to source and call in your angels. And if you've got something or someone where there's a resentment that you've been holding on to, then let's clear it. So have yourself seated with your back straight, your arms and legs uncrossed, and your hands open to source. Be as receptive and open as possible. And I want you to visualize the beautiful golden light above your head, a beautiful orb of light. And you can just feel the love and the positive energy coming out from this golden orb. This is angel light. This is divine light. This is infinite source, divine intelligence, love, healing, intuition. And I want you to imagine that this beautiful light begins to beam a ray around you so that you are encased in its golden stream, almost like a waterfall that is flowing over your energy field and all around you. And then I want you to open up the crown chakra at the top of your head, like a flower opening to the sunlight. And you're going to allow this light to now stream into your whole being. And I want you to think of 3 words that depict how you want to feel. You might say relaxed, abundant, energized, peaceful, loved, radiant, whatever you choose, whatever comes to mind. Choose those 3 words and say, as this light flows through you, because you are connected right now to divine intelligence, I am radiant, I am loved, I am prosperous, I am peaceful, I am healthy. And let that sink into your whole being. Because everything that you need will come in the present moment, not in the future. If you always push your dreams into the future, that's where they will stay and you'll never get to them. They'll just be a day away or 2 days away. You've got to be in the present moment and start walking your path from where you are, no matter how challenging it is. And now feel that light streaming and filling up your whole heart area so that your heart is open. You can't manifest from a closed heart. And drop any kind of thoughts that you've been having, any kind of mental gymnastics that you've been doing. You're going to drop that and just drop your whole consciousness, your whole presence into your heart area. And feel the joy, feel the love. And just know that from this moment onward, you are not only guided, you are walking the path that is the highest, most joyful, most prosperous, most miraculous, synchronistic path. The path that you are now walking on is going to make all of the challenges and the difficulties of the past just all melt into insignificance. You know, some things you'll be able to just giggle at and go, oh, I can't believe I worried about that. Because it doesn't matter anymore, because you're now walking your higher path. The things like grief and loss, you'll have a deeper connection to those that have crossed over, and you'll be more grateful to those that have hurt you, because you'll recognize that the deep wisdom of where you are right now has all been part of the bigger picture of everything that you've been through. So just feel into that. And now, can you just begin to expand that heart energy so that it starts to fill your aura, it starts to fill and encompass your whole body. And start to affirm, I am love, I am love, I am love. And then begin to remember that all you have to do is be love, to be a presence of love. And you are sending love to all those who have been unjust to you. So anyone that pops into your mind, you are just sending goodwill. This isn't about you sending your physical energy. Don't do that. You are just sending them love. And remember that only good can come of this situation. Even though it's difficult, even though it's outside appearances may seem to say otherwise, you have faith, you have a connection. You live and walk the path of light and love and spiritual truth. And that means you don't get invested in outside appearances. You are committing to this path, and you are saying, I am now only sending out love, and I'm trusting that out of this situation, only good will come. That somehow divine spirit is going to create the circumstances that blessings and abundance and rewards are coming to me out of this. And so it is. And now we're just going to surround you with a beautiful bright pink for love. And you can repeat this every single day and see how this changes your life. I'm sending you love and blessings. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate that some of you have come on and bought some of my meditations. I haven't missed that. Thank you so much for doing that. And I will probably do Monday morning reading, and then after that I'm just having a couple of weeks break from it all. If you need to book a session, a private session or a reading with me, you can go to my website and do that, or you can send me an email and I'll sort that out, and you'll be able to see me when I'm back, which is after the 17th. And I'm sending you lots of love. Have a great Christmas and happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends. Angel blessings. Let me know how you go with this.